Hello Chibsers, it's Gav. Welcome to another one of my videos. Today we're looking at the Victrix plastic 28mm Bavarian Infantry. There will be some photographs at the end. I'm hoping the light's going to be good enough. So far they've been nice to work with. I did semi-bend one of the muskets down to about here, but luckily it was only a fracture, and I've obviously plastic welded it back on with hot glue, as in, when I say hot glue, as in like Tamiya type stuff. But yeah, very nice. Faces are nice to work with. I've not put eyes in this, as in coloured them. They're down beneath the peak. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, just depending on the whim really. But they don't suffer for it with these. You've got that large peak over the top, so you're never going to see them. You definitely wouldn't see them on the table, and these are being painted to sell at some stage. Slight variance. The only thing I've done, I've obviously not done anything with the trouser colours, jackets, anything like that, and it's just great coats. I've just put 2 of each. I'm painting them in 4s, so I've just changed, 2 colours on the grey coats. I believe that's about it. Apart from the built-in poses themselves, where you get about 4 poses. I've just also moved the heads around. Obviously the heads are separate, so you can move them to wherever you want to really. You can't have them all, well, you can, but it's best not to have them all looking to the right or to the left. It's best to have some looking where they're going. But it just gives a bit of variety. The only thing I've said before, I haven't done, there's a little white dot just down there near the musket barrel. That's the company colour pom-pom, and until I've done every single one of them, I'll reserve judgment on what figures I want in which companies, and then I'll just dab some colour on for the pom-pom. And it looks like I'm going to have to also paint a musket barrel there. So yeah, not a lot to show really. There's only the 8 of them that I've completed so far, so apart from the pom-pom. But they're all lovely figures. I haven't done Bavarians. No, I think it's Württembergers I've painted a long while ago. In fact, I think they might be the banner of my my channel. Did those a while ago. I should actually change that banner over for something else really, but just to change it up a bit. But the faces are really nice. You can get a fair bit of detail in the faces. Hands are very slightly less, finger details and stuff like that, but they're not horrific or anything. I've seen a lot worse, and they're definitely not the ham size type of hands that you can get on some figures. Out of proportion. They are in proportion. What I try and do, not always successfully with plastic hands, is just get your scalpel blade and just gently press into each fingertip, just to try and obviously break that very end mould line that you often get some more definition on the fingers. I don't mind if as I go my backpacks will be slightly different tones. It just depends what colours I'm using at the time. The same with the wood on the muskets themselves. There'll sometimes be a slight variation in colours, and again, I don't really have a problem with that. They're all in the ballpark type of figure. Same with the hair colours. Obviously the hair colours I've changed up, different hair colours. Don't really get to see a lot of them, but they're there. So this is just one I've just hoiked out that's primed. I've actually got to clean a load more up. I've been doing about 8 at a time, clean, prime, and then start painting, and then as I get towards the end I'll do another lot. But that's what they look like primed. And here's one going through the conveyor belt of paint. I believe this is the 13th regiment, or was it the 11th? I can't remember right now. Go look it up. He's the 13th with the black facings. I just thought, because it's got, you know, there's such nice blue colours, people tend to do them with the yellow or the pink facings, and I just thought I'd swim against the current and do black. You can also do a nice dark green one as well. Obviously they carry red on the turnbacks and the collar itself, and the bastion type epaulets. So I think that's it. I believe it is. Yeah, so that's me 8 Victrix figures done so far. I think I'm aiming for around the 32 mark, might be 36, I can't remember. They do also give you plumes, because the flank company, so Light Company, Grenadier Company, had a plume, small plume, obviously red or green usually. I will be doing those. I said they also have a firing line as well, but it's not enough to make, you know, I suppose they have them for skirmishing. It's not enough to make a full unit up. So what I'm going to do is just paint these marching poses and base them as a regiment, battalion, whatever you want to call it, and sell those on as they are. And then I will buy either another bag at some point or spare sprues, and probably a bag that will be cheaper, because then I'll get another marching regiment to paint at some stage as well, and I'll make up the complete firing line, if that's if you can understand. So because you do get 2 mounted officers as well. Horses are in the same pose, both munching grass by the look of it. You know, I'm not sure that on the firing pose if the horse would be calmly munching grass while the musket balls are flying left and right, but that's my intention anyway. I'll do these, sell these on as a marching unit, take a break from them, paint something else, and you know, another unit to sell, and then I'll probably go back and get some more Bavarians and paint the firing poses up. So thanks a lot for stopping by and taking a look. I hope that's of interest to someone. I've gone for the darker colour, by the way, in the blue. I think I said it on another video. People sometimes do them the really light cornflower type blue. I tend to veer on the more darker side, how I prefer to see them. And again, it's always hit and miss with me. I mean, these aren't, well, I mean, they're not that far off, but it doesn't help that the rest of them aren't painted yet. But I have you know, they'll slightly different, because what I do is put a small pool of paint, and then I'll just add my colours to that pool, so nothing's exact, if that makes sense. But again, as long as they're in the ballpark, I'm not overly fussed. So thank you very much, and we'll catch each other soon on one of my many videos. I'm not sure what it's going to be. I should really do an update on the 15mm Tiger tank I'm doing. I've got to get back to those World War II Germans. They're mostly done. I've just been wanting to push on with these guys, get them closer to hopefully paying a bill. Yeah, I've got some bits and pieces to show anyway. It's just a matter of getting around to actually doing it. But as I say, Phil's my appreciation bill for Phil R Miniatures, Phil, that's going well. I don't want to show it yet, but I've got most of the 54mm Victrix figure put together. I've also had to make up my own musket slings and straps and all that type of stuff, so it's just taking a while to let the glue melt and soften and move, so I can mould it to the body, and all. It's just taking a bit of time, that's all. But he's standing upright, he's got his arms, his legs, his head, backpack, a huge pile height up behind him, which I'll explain later on. So he's getting along fine. It's just probably another couple of days before we get a view of him, before I get some primer on him. I haven't done anything to the resin 54, the other 54mm figure yet. It's the easier one to actually clean up, apart from its resin. I knew this Victrix figure was going to take a bit of time, so I just decided to do him first, because once he is all put together, stuck up, you know, filled in. There wasn't a ton of filling to be done. Again, let's not start going into it now. But yeah, he's not bad. He's getting there. So I'll have a show of him probably Friday or Saturday, Sunday, something like that. But he's not far off getting some primer on him anyway, and then we can, or I'll probably hang back while I clean the resin figure off, and then get him primed at the same time. But they're not far off from, you know, having a look at that. So thanks a lot. I'm waffling, but if you're interested in Napoleonics in 54mm, there's 2 of those on the go as well. So look after yourselves, and we'll catch each other soon on another video.